Hello everybody, Turiosaurus here. Hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing great. Thank you. Today we have a relatively short video. I just want to talk about lances and lance control more particularly. Now I generally prefer manual, which is the quote-unquote hard way to do it. There is also automatic or manual easy. I actually don't know the difference between manual easy and manual hard. I'm assuming it's the speed at which the horse has to be running. But anyways, I want to kind of hop into a battle real quick and show you guys the basics of lancing someone. So to start off, you're going to need a horse, obviously, otherwise the lance is completely useless. You can either do it in third person mode or first person mode. You can change your person mode by hitting R, and then when you are on hard lancing, such as I am right now, you actually have to hit a key to lower it. Now I have mine bound to X, but if I was to press X right now, I would lower my lance and then I could deal couched lance damage. Now as you probably just noticed, that was 285 damage that I did. But you'll also notice that if I lower this and I'm running around, that it kind of doesn't turn as well. Now the other thing is that when you have this set to manual, you can't have it down for an infinite amount of time. So you're going to need to lower it as you're approaching someone to hit them. But couched lance damage is, as you can plainly see, incredibly powerful. I did a 280, I've done a 170, and I've done a 185. No one has that much health. Now if you hit a shield, you're going to break a shield instead. But ultimately, you're going to deal a ton of damage to someone by doing this. Now, as a prime example, if I could find a small party of Sea Raiders, that would be good. There's 9 of them. It's not that small. I'm looking for more like 5. There's Tundra Bandits at 4. But what I was going to show you is that even these guys up here with their insane armor on them, they will fall to a couched lance damage, like without question. So I guess we're just gonna battle these 9 right here, because you know, why not? Could also battle the deserters, but meh. So here, they're gonna drink from our skull. We're gonna charge them. For the purpose of the video, I went ahead and enabled cheats so that I could, get all this stuff. I have created Tutorial Man, if you guys didn't see that down below as well. So for this, I'll actually go into first person mode just to kind of show you guys the difference. So shield up, you can't really see anything, but you can see the lance better. So that was an example of why first person can be bad. So here's an example of how first person can be good. You can very clearly see where the lance is. Now, whenever I'm going with first person, I prefer not to have my shield so that I see like this. Now, as I'm sure you guys can note, without the shield, much better. With the shield, can't really see anything, especially if you're blocking, or when you lower your lance, you raise your shield. And when you raise your shield, you can't see anything. So I really recommend, especially for newer people or people who aren't pure realists, go ahead and just go it in third person mode. First person mode is definitely more difficult, so for those of you who are in it for as difficult as it can get, first person is for you. But for anybody else who's a little more, regular with how they want to play and they just want to be successful, definitely recommend going for third person mode. Now the other thing to note is that with a decent set of armor and a lance, I can easily take out this group of quote-unquote tough enemies. Just gonna whoop. Oh, I missed. So that's the other downside to a lance that I wanted to point out to you guys. If you should miss, you deal no damage. So you have to get relatively good at doing what you want to do. Now you can use it as a spear. Just standard pole arm, run through, swing it, stab people. That does work. It's really slow, So, you know, aim, be effective with your aims, but it does work. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the lance. I can't really think of anything else to show you guys. When you do hit, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill, but you can miss, so it takes some practice. Like I said, I prefer manual hard just because then I have to click a button to do it. As an example, if I didn't have this set to manual and I had it set to automatic, for instance, as soon as I hit speed for the lance to lower, it would lower. And it will lower as soon as it can, as long as you're at speed to do lance damage. So if you, But as an example for that, like if you didn't actually want to have your lance down due to the slowness of the lance in and of itself, you couldn't prevent that from happening. You just either have it down or you don't. That's kind of how it goes. And as long as it is possible to have it down, you will have it down. So be wary of that. But yeah, lance is definitely a powerful weapon, especially when you're just starting out. Because once you have your strong gear and all that stuff, the lance just, it's not as useful. Like as you saw right there, I dealt 120 damage with that mace in the first place. This is just your standard heavy iron mace with a swing of 37, nothing too impressive. But because my character is so powerful at this point, I deal enough damage that a lance isn't as worth it. You're actually better off just swinging at people with a sword or some other form of two-handed weapon. But anyhow, again, that's pretty much all I've got for the lance. Hope you guys found this useful in some way, shape, or form. Any ideas for videos, please throw them down below. I want to figure out whatever you guys need to know, and I will put something out there to kind of show you guys. But anyhow, hope you're all doing great, and we'll see you next time.